Unfortunately, we find ourselves in a difficult situation leading up to the 17th of May. But we have to make the best out of this situation. I must say that I'm quite proud of how positive and considerate everyone has been thus far. To best help our community, please listen carefully to the new guidelines. If necessary, go into quarantine and listen and obey all of the guidelines. Thank you. We've received feedback that it is hard to understand who should be in quarantine and who should be in temporary quarantine. I understand that the guidelines can seem complicated, so let me try and simplify things. An infected person needs to go into isolation. This means being at home exclusively. If it is a child who is infected, the child's parents need to go into isolation with them. Eventually, other people who live in this house may go live somewhere else until the isolation period is over. Infected people have many people who have been in close contact with them. Close contacted people need to go into quarantine. People who go into quarantine need to have 2 negative tests before they can exit quarantine. So first you take a test that is a fast test that will just be a little indication as where it's going to go. But then you will receive the full answer 1 or 2 days later. If that one is negative, you must wait 7 days before you can take a second test. And if that one is negative, then you can exit quarantine. You may have people who live with you. They need to go into temporary quarantine, but we'll come back to that. Remember that you need to have 2 negative tests with 7 days in between them in order to exit quarantine. Now, anybody who lives with a person who is a close contact must go into temporary quarantine. What happens is they must wait in quarantine until the person who is the close contact receives at least 1 negative result. When they receive 1 negative result, the people in temporary quarantine can go out of quarantine. However, the close contact person must remain in quarantine until their second negative test 7 days later arrives. I hope that has cleared up some things and that everybody stays safe. Thank you for your cooperation.